Hey everyone. No, this is not a mod for Descent. This is Overload, which is on Steam Early Access, and is the result of a successful Kickstarter. Now, this has been on Steam Early Access since early 2017, but now that it's 2018, the game is getting close to launch, and I want to kind of see how things are shaping up. The developer, Revival Productions, is comprised of the original team that made Descent, and Overload is a 6 Degrees of Freedom shooter. If you don't know what that is, it's the 6 Degrees of Freedom. So it's forward, back, up, down, left, right, yaw, pitch, and roll. It's kind of where gravity is of no consequence, and is incredibly fun to play. We are doing terrible. This game is coming to PC, obviously, but also PS4 and Xbox One. Now, I'm playing this with a keyboard and a joystick, but it can also be played with keyboard and mouse, a gamepad itself, kind of whatever suits you. But I feel like this is the purest way to play it. I do have a HOTAS, but I couldn't quite find that to work the way that I wanted it to. So this is definitely the ideal path for me. So right now I'm just kind of collecting all the power-ups I can while I'm cloaked. They're just shooting at nobody. Alright, so I got an incoming super robot. There he is. So there's tons of pickups. This is actually a challenge mode level where I just face an infinite number of enemies and try to kill as many as I can before I get killed. There's a different variant of this where it's timed, so it's a matter of killing robots in a set number of minutes. Okay, what's going on? That is a time bomb. So when used properly, you slow down time, you can get away or put in some massive hits on an enemy. So I got myself an upgrade. So my HUD is mostly green here, but you can actually change it to an amber. Let me show that off real quick. There's cockpit and HUD options. So the UI, like if you wanted an amber, looks like that. There's another where you get your aqua. But the default and my favorite color is green. So this challenge mode is, just pure survival and also kind of managing your weapons and kind of using the right one to do the right job. Or, it doesn't really matter. I mean, you kind of pick up pickups at a frenzied pace here, so you don't have to be too cautious of what you're doing. Turn on my headlights here. This is very authentic to the Descent experience, I gotta say. this just feels like it should. And it's getting increasingly harder to play the older Descent games. There's a lot of good mods and DOSBox stuff going on that make it work, but man, it's hard. It's just hard to play these older games. Bye! Super robot, not a big deal. These cutters, man, are my biggest problem. Need to get over here. Alright, my armor's coming back up. I've got armor and energy. My armor is what keeps me alive. The energy is kind of what I can expend for shooting. Primary weapons anyway. Yeah. I got myself another upgrade. So there actually is a campaign, and it's being written by the guy who wrote. Are you dead? What's going on with you? Who wrote Free Space 2, which I think that is just so cool. Descent actually had some really cool story stuff going on. No! Alright, not my best. So you have scores for each difficulty of the game. So, actually, let's go here. So I play on Rookie. It's kind of the most nicely balanced for me. Oh, hi! Welcome in. Now, if you've never played a game like this before, you're kind of like thinking, okay, this looks a little cramped, right? And honestly, that's by design. It's about navigating these ships in as little space as possible to dismantle them and kind of complete whatever objectives there were. I need some more armor. Energy would be good. This is just fun. Like, even in this challenge mode, like, this is just really fun to just kind of forever, or as long as you can, survive against the onslaught. Oh my goodness. That was a kamikaze. Wish they would stop doing that. Controls take some getting used to. There's kind of more of a getting reacquainted than kind of learning anew. And there's really nothing like these kinds of games anymore. I mean, sure, you have your historic flight sims, you have your space games, you have, you know, maybe something in the middle where it's kind of modern military / fight sim stuff. But there really hasn't been a 6 Degrees Freedom shooter in a while. There's been kind of things here and there, but like nothing in the vein of Descent so clearly as this. And who better to do it than the people who actually worked on it? It's kind of leave it up to the experts kind of thing, right? That energy, but that's fine. Ooh, Thunderbolt's great. I'm invulnerable right now. Alright, so I got another major upgrade. These upgrades, I think, are only within the challenge mode. They're not persistent. Any persistent upgrades, you have to earn your experience to then spend on upgrade points. Any upgrade points you earn here, though, just don't carry over. Like those little bars telling you like something that's been upgraded. That just doesn't count. Oh boy, hello. This requires a lot of thinking, let me tell you. There's a lot going on in this game. It's just a lot of fun. If you haven't played a game like this before, this is all the more reason to dive in. This is early access and Kickstarter done right. Like, I have no qualms about how engaged with the community these guys have been, how frequent that they're updating, and how kind of transparent at like what to expect out of those updates would be. They just don't make them like this anymore. So glad this exists. This is so cool. Yeah, come on, Super Robot, let's go. Oh, that was a time bomb. Swinging around. Oh, there he is. How did I not see that? Kamikaze ships are no joke. I'm low on armor. There's some armor. Let's take a quick look at a campaign level. So the mission objective here is to overload the reactor. So along the way you can free some scientists or people who are kind of trapped in pods. You can free them for extra points, kind of bonus objective kind of stuff. To get to the core, you have to not only kill all these robots, like so, but you also have to obtain key cards. And then kind of once you make your way to the core, then you blow it up. But it's over there. You kind of have to do the Star Wars kind of thing of get the hell out before the reactor explodes. Oh, thank you. Usually the game will be kind and auto-correct me, but I do have kind of some assists turned on, which may upset some of the purists, but I have to do it for my stomach and head sake. I am now vulnerable to motion sickness as an adult. That previously was not the case when I was a kid, but now it is. So I reduced cockpit sway, I have auto leveling turned on, and some other things to kind of help me get through. Go back up. There is a map, which I can do with the joystick. I'm actually rotating it and viewing with that, which I think is a cool way to kind of not require you to get hands off your joystick to kind of look at a map, right? Alright, now let's not get lost here. Ugh, I did. Hello. Alright, so that door is locked until I get a key card. I think there was something over here I need to do. Got all this stuff. There we go. Hello, friends. Oh boy. Alright, here's my key card. Get the hell out of here. Maybe. That's slightly turned around. Alright. Level 1 access. I'm flying upside down. Here we go. No messages in early access. That's okay. So this is kind of the core progression here. That door is locked. The door is now locked. Okay, so here's... Yeah. So I save these scientists. Getting close to their pod. I did a good thing. Access point, but I don't have the key card yet, so it's still in red. Alright. So I can get some free energy in here, which is really cool. What's going on in here? Oh, I didn't clear this room. Let's get out of here. We need to be in here. There's my key card. This is tense. This is just tense stuff to be doing. So like this upgrade stuff does carry over. Alright, here we go. Oh, this ain't it. This isn't it. Where's this it? I could look at the map, but I feel like it's cheating. No, this isn't it. Oh, hi. I need to be in here. Alright, consult the map. Alright, I need to go straight. Or through this. Here we go. Minor miss. 2. Hi. Should be in there. We've done that. It definitely is easy to get lost in this game, but I don't think that's a huge deal by any means. This is a game, about exploring. This way. Not what I needed. we're so close. Let's go back up for a little bit. I think I should have gotten a key or something. Well, I think I'm going to call it. Overload is awesome. Overload is everything that I've wanted a sequel to Descent to kind of look and feel like, that, you know, that there hasn't been in a very long time.